three roommates, B, G, and J, together saved money for the trip. The amount that B saved was equal to 8% of his monthly income. The amount G saved was exactly one third. So we have three individuals, B, G, J. So they have certain incomes and they have certain savings. So the amount that B saved was 8% of his monthly income. Let's assume that B's monthly income was B. So the saving was 8% of B. The amount that G saved was exactly one third of the total amount saved by all the three. Alright, so we don't know the saving of J yet. And what was the total amount saved for the trip by all the three roommates? So let's assume that the J saved X. Now G saving will be equal to one third of the total amount saved by all the three. That means if we call it Y, we can say that Y should be equal to one third of 8% of B plus Y plus X. Now we have an equation that Y is equal to 1 by 3 times of 8% of B plus Y plus X. I'm going to simplify this, which gives us 3y is equal to 8% of B plus Y plus X. On simplification further, it gives us Y is equal to 4 by 100 of B plus X by 2. Now we have these relationships and we need to capitalize on these relationships and answer the question. Let's look at the first statement. The first statement says that B, and the question is asking the total amount saved for the trip by all. So we need to find out 8% of B plus Y plus X. That's what we need to find out. Let me just write it down. We need to find 8% of B plus Y plus X. So that's what we need. And from the given expression we can also understand, because I see that there is one more way we can mend it. We can say that once we multiplied 3 here, because 8% of Y, B plus Y plus X is equal to 3Y. So if we knew the value of 3Y, we can answer the question. So we have to find the value of Y actually to answer this question. The first statement, coming back to it, B had a monthly income of $2,000. So we know that B is equal to $2,000, but that's completely not sufficient because we already know that we have no information about X. We have to calculate the value of Y. Hence, option A and option D are out. The second statement here says that J saved 1.5 times as much for the trip as B. So J's saving, that is X, is equal to 1.5 times 8 over 100 times of B. So once again, but these we cannot equate with anything. Therefore, once again, this statement is not sufficient to answer the question, because neither do we have the value of X nor do we have the value of B to answer this question. So we can't find out anything about Y either. The third step is combination of the two statements. Now, when we combine the two statements, we see that if we substitute this value of B right here, we can find out the value of X. The value of X will be 1.5 times of 8 over 100 times 2000. So that gives us, these two zeros are out. This decimal can be eliminated by this 0. So we have 30 multiplied by 8, 240. We know the value of X is 240. We also know that 8 over 100 of B is equal to, because the saving by Bella, we already know the saving of Bella is 8 over 100 of 2000, and that gives us 160. So we know the saving of 2, and Y is dependent on X and B. That means Y can also be calculated, and since we have all the three values, so we can combine them and find out the required output. So we say that together two statements are sufficient to answer, and the final answer becomes option C. Thank you so much.